No, I mean we just all have to agree, which is not as difficult as it may sound. I mean, we're all pretty passionate about music and recording and just rapping, period. So, and we just are fortunate enough to know some pretty good producers. So we don't rummage through so much bullish. So we get some pretty good beats, and we do our best to approach them that way. It's a great atmosphere. It's a great vibe. We're all competitive but helpful. So I mean, it's a real cool session for people to be able to see it one day would be amazing.
Right. That's what's up there. So now after you finish promoting for and dropping new music for, is the next step your personal album or Slaughterhouse album or you don't not really sure?
No, I'm probably gonna put out an album directly after Move Music called The Great Escape.
Right.
After that, we'll probably put out the sophomore Slaughterhouse album, and after that, I'll probably retire, man.
Really, you gonna retire, Joe Budden? You gonna retire, really, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nice long hiatus and evaluate and reassess life.
Okay.
People miss me a little bit.
No doubt. Now, is that because of a lot of the BS that's going on in the industry, or that's just you just kind of need a break?
No, I just don't want to oversaturate people with music. Like if I were to release music the way I'm capable of making it, people will have a new Joe Budden album every month. So
right.
I just don't see too many other artists putting out 3 projects in a year's period, and this would probably be my second time doing it in the past 4 years. I think that's worthy of a break.
No doubt. That's real. Now, I seen somewhere in the interview you were saying that the East Coast, having a resurgence in hip-hop basically is kind of needed to get back to, and I don't know if it'll ever be back to the days where I personally like. I mean, I love it now. Don't get me wrong, but do you see that coming back around? With Banks about to drop his album, Fab steadily going in. Slaughterhouse. Do you see that coming around? Styles P doing his thing. I had him on here not too long ago. What's your take on that?
I mean, for me, it's not really an East Coast, West Coast, Midwest type of thing. As long as everybody is doing their best to make the best music they could possibly make, and then the culture will stay alive. Period. So I'm more about the culture than about a specific coast. And right now, everything looks in pretty good shape, man. Looks like it's in much better shape than it was about 3 years ago. So I'm in support of that. That's what's up.
Okay. Now, with the South, having this dominance or whatever right now, a lot of the lists that have been coming out, like the BET list, for the top 10 MCs for the past decade or whatever, and the MTV list. Do you get caught up into like that hype? I guess or being on a list or being named somebody's top whatever. Do you? Is that something is that something you look forward to or look at or care about at all?
No, not really. Not really. It's always great to be recognized, but no, I feel like the majority of those lists are pretty contrived and are based on everything else aside from actual talent. So I don't really give a fuck about the list that people put out. 9 times out of 10, they're horrible lists anyway.
And I'd have to agree with you on that. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. I'd have to definitely agree with you on that. Okay, no doubt. That's what's up, man. So right now, you and Esther Baxter in a relationship, right? Is that right, or I don't want to say nothing wrong?
No, that's accurate.
Okay. I ain't trying to get nobody in no trouble or nothing. Okay, I got you. And so, I mean, how's that going? Good? You know, I ain't going to talk too much about that, but that's good. I mean, everything gravy.
Yeah, everything's cool. She's cool. We cool. Everything is pretty dope.
No doubt. No doubt.
That you asked about her.
Huh?
I let her know that you asked about her.
No doubt. Please do. Tell her come stop by the show also as well. I love to pick her brain also as well, you know. No doubt. Now, okay, so I know I seen in the press release you're going international. I mean, I seen that, so I know you say you really sure, but have you been international before, or this is gonna be first time?
No, I've done international quite a few times. So, I mean, it's always fun. Anytime you can leave the country and just spend a few days away from home and seeing how another culture operates is pretty cool.
Right. Now, is it true that I guess hip hop is or out there the fans are a lot more like it's a lot better, I guess, international. You know, the fans like they really support a little bit more. Is that true? I've heard that from some artists.
The fans out there are probably just a lot. I don't want to say a lot more passionate, but they certainly show their passion, and they're not afraid to show how passionate they are. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Now, I seen that you say you don't really be listening to hip hop anymore. I mean, and I can pretty kind of. Is that true?
I didn't hear what you said.
I heard that you said that you not really listening to hip hop anymore like that. I mean, other than working with Slaughterhouse and things like that. Is that true? You're not listening to hip hop no more?
Well, I mean, it's not on purpose. I just been listening.
Right.
Too caught up in work and just in my household that I don't wake up and throw on the latest Waka record, or I just don't do it.
Right. Who are some artists right now that you may like that you had the chance, opportunity, you respect them, you would collaborate with, other than who you already obviously have collaborated with?
I'm looking. I'm right. That's funny you ask. I'm looking to work with Jadakiss right now.
Okay.
Right this second. So if you talk to him, you let him know that Joe Budden is looking to work with him.
No doubt. I'll let him know. I don't know if I'll talk to him anytime soon, but I definitely will. Now that's gonna be a really, really, really big record. Jadakiss, I much respect for, like I do you. So that's great, man. That's real great.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Right. You already got the record picked out, or y'all just gonna go in the studio and bang it out?
I can't wait for that to happen.
Okay. So you're pretty passionate about this music, man. I mean, I'm glad to see that. Being in this state that you're not just, like a lot of cats I see. I mean, it's clearly for the money, and I'm not gonna say any name, but I mean, like, that's great to see that you still put out plenty of, free music. I know you're putting out music for in retail, but I mean, I just think that's great for hip hop, man. Especially considering you put a lot of personal feelings out there that we all feel every day, that most people don't put. So I'm just saying big ups on that to you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Hey, you before I let you go, man, any last thoughts, man? I don't want to hold up all your time. I know you wrapping stuff up in the studio and all that. Any last thoughts or anything you want to say to anybody?
I want to thank you for having me. I want to shout out all the fans. Shout out everybody out there in H-Town. And that's about it, man.
No doubt, brother. Well, I'm definitely going to cop the album. November 4th, right? That's the day, right? Music 4th. It's November the 4th or the 3rd. I can't remember right offhand, but I'm going to cop it either way.
9th, November 9th.
9th. Okay, November 9th. So everybody go get that. November 9th, Music 4, definitely go get that. Big up to Joe Budden stopping by. I really appreciate you, man, taking this time out your day. I know you probably get asked 1,000 questions a day, so I appreciate you, man. And just wish you, a lot more success. Looking forward to all the projects you got coming out, man.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. One down.